watch a clip on YouTube of the show. The show was fucking amazing. This show was where Nickelodeon needs to be right now, today. Take all those stupid ass shows off the air. We have too many stupid ass kid actors who think they're fucking hilarious, and they're not. And just go back to these game shows. These game shows, they taught us stuff. Did they not? I mean, guys, adults, right now, who grew up in the 90s, I want you guys to honestly tell me the truth. Did you not learn anything from watching these fucking shows? Did you not? Ready? Go ahead. Answer. I'll wait. You did, right? You learned shit. You did. How many... I mean... Okay. So the questions they ask on these game shows, they're like legitimate history questions. And like other... like random ass questions, right? They're not like, who sings this song? Or, who... they weren't stupid ass questions like that. They were like legitimate learning. You were learning and watching people do dumb shit on a show. It really wasn't dumb. They had to like throw wet sponges in a bowl that your partner was wearing on the other side of the stage, on top of a helmet on their head, right? They're wearing a helmet with a bowl on top, and someone else is trying to throw fucking wet sponges inside that bowl. How fucking, like, you're like, oh man, they got the answer wrong. Oh, they gotta go do a double dare. Oh, it's so fucking cool. How fucking cool is that? And then the obstacle course at the end, and they gotta collect the flags, and you're always hoping that remember there was always the inflatable pool filled with just a bunch of shit, and like they're going through the whole fucking course like so fast, and then they're like almost done, and they reach that inflatable pool, and you're like, oh, they're fucked. They're fucked. They're screwed. Change the channel. They're fucked. They're not gonna win it. Or they give them the nose, like the flag is up in the nose, and they gotta like dig like through this giant nose and look for the flag. Dude, anytime I saw the pool or the or the nose, I was like, they're fucked. They're change the channel. They're done. They didn't win. Ah, shit, that sucks. Looks like they don't get the new bikes. So, that show was awesome, though, man. That show, kids these days have no fucking idea, like, how cool our shows were back in the day. I turn on some of these old shows for my kids these days, and my kids just sit in fucking awe, and they're like, wow, that is so cool. And I'm like, right? This is what we grew up. This is what I grew up with. And they're like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, fuck these Thundermans and all this other shit. Hannah Montana bull crap. Fucking shit. It's stupid. It's not teaching kids anything. It's not. It really isn't. What happened to being able to watch Nickelodeon and you were learning stuff without knowing you were learning stuff? Right? I mean, that's what happened. That's what happened. You're learning by watching these game shows. Because, I mean, think about it. The other thing that they had at the Comic-Con was a giant visage of Olmec. Remember Olmec? The beloved idol from the game show Legends of the Hidden Temple. I wasn't a big fan of Legends of the Hidden Temple or, there was another one, the Crag. Remember? It was the active one where they were trying to get kids active, and they're climbing the mountain at the end of the show. I wasn't too big on those shows. I was more of a Double Dare. The Double Dare, and then I believe it was called What Would You Do? Mark Summers. Anything Mark Summers was a host of, I was a fan of. Because, I mean, Mark Summers is like an awesome game show host. Shit, I still watch Unwrapped just for Mark Summers. Because, I mean, he's awesome, dude. He's amazing. So, he's a really cool person. And I was like, oh, man, Mark Summers. And, I mean, he brings back nostalgia to me. So yeah, Double Dare. Go check it out. If you don't know what it is, go pull up video clips, YouTube video clips, look at it, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I promise you. If you know what it is and your kids don't, show your kids. Your kids are going to lose their fucking minds. They're going to be like, why can't we do cool shit like this? And I'll be like, right? Fucking, hey, what about the other game show? I'm going to get real retro here. What about the game show? And fuck, I can't think of the damn name of it. It was on Nickelodeon too, though. And it involved video games. Like, kids had to play video games. And it was like, you have to get 500 points in 30 seconds. Or else the points go to that bitch over there who doesn't know a damn thing about video games, right? You remember that? Fuck, I can't think of the name of that game show. And then there was the other one where they gotta, like, push buttons on a giant fucking calculator looking thing. That show was, that was short-lived. But, so yeah, Double Dare, and then they had Family Double Dare, and it was like two families going against each other, like, fuck you, my dad's better than your dad, you know? So anyway. Other old 1990s friends are getting modern updates too. There was a sneak peek of the 2017 Power Rangers movie and display cases full of the show's old toys. I've heard about this, and I've heard about it, and I've heard about it. I have yet to see any clips. I guess after the show, I will Google it and see exactly who's playing who on the movie, if they have any originals from, like, the original show. I don't know if anyone remembers the original show. The Pink Ranger was the hottest. Was she not? She was so freaking hot. There was the Red Ranger. Isn't it weird, like, the black guy played the Black Ranger? Come on, guys. Racist. Or the Asian Power Ranger played the Yellow Power Ranger. Right? That's racist, guys. Does blue have to do anything with nerds? Because that guy wore glasses, I remember that. I'm a nerd, so I guess I'd be the Blue Ranger. But I mean, man, that show, right? It was weird because it was like this guy, the White Ranger, and he had like some weird vest thing, and it always seemed like if he wasn't wearing that vest thing, then he was weak. Then he put the vest thing on over, and then he got strong. It's fucking weird. But so anyway, so I mean, there was that, and that was pretty cool, I mean, so I guess I'll have to look that up and see how the show go, how the movie goes there. Cool. There was also the Tick. Do you guys remember the Tick? The guy who does the voice of Joe on Family Guy is now the Tick, or he did the Tick, back in the day when they had a live action show. That's old, man. Which is getting an Amazon reboot. If you loved the show before, didn't really say anything if the guy who plays Joe Swanson on Family Guy, if the guy who plays his voice will also be playing also be playing as the Tick again. That'd be cool to see, though, if he is. That'd be awesome. That'd probably be the only reason I would watch it, honestly, if it was more like the old stuff. See, I'm telling you, man, these people need to. They don't know. These TV networks don't know what they're sitting on. They're sitting on a gold mine with us nostalgia kids who are like, dude, if you just bring back like Pete and Pete on Nickelodeon, right? How many people just said, fuck yeah, Pete and Pete? Dude, if you brought back like old episodes of Pete and Pete, fuck, dude, your ratings would skyrocket through the fucking roof. You have no idea. They're probably sitting on so many videos, like, and they're in a back warehouse somewhere, and they're like, oh, fuck, just leave that shit alone. Dude, if you played that shit, your ratings for your network would just sky fucking rocket, and you'd be like, fucking amazing, dude. So anyway, Tick gets a reboot. It's been 50 years since Star Trek first aired at Comic-Con. Not at Comic-Con. I'm sorry. At Comic-Con, the new series set to air in January on CBS officially got a name, Star Trek Discovery. But one of the most touching moments of the 50th anniversary celebration happened at a small press conference after the show's Big Hall H panel. There, William Shatner opened up about his friendship with Leonard Nimoy, who played Spock, and died last February. To what Shatner, was referring to him as his brother. He said, I never really had a brother growing up, and I looked at Nimoy as my brother. And that's pretty cool. Also, virtual reality is the latest obsession for Silicon Valley, with tech giants including Facebook, Google, and Samsung all working on their versions of it. And at San Diego Comic Con, just about all the big brands and shows took advantage of the technology to give fans a more immersive experience with their favorite characters. These included Games of Thrones, Mr. Robot, I have no idea what that is, um, American Horror Story, Batman, and Legends of the Hidden Temple. So yeah, there's that. That's pretty much all that happened at a Comic Con. I'm just kidding. There was so much shit that happened at Comic Con that this story didn't talk about. Oh man, so much huge shit. As far as, so if you remember last week, we talked about, I said, they were like, oh, we're not sure if movies are going to be that big of a deal this year because so many movies are like, you know what I mean? Like movie companies are backing out is pretty much what it sounded like. Movie companies were backing out of Comic-Con. They were like, oh, it's kind of dying down. It's kind of fading out, blah, blah, blah. So everyone wasn't really expecting too much this year as far as trailers and movie announcements and all that shit goes. So we're going to go with the smallest ones and then we're going to get on to the biggest ones. Marvel, I know, right? Small, really? Marvel, they released trailers for, they just released trailers for new seasons of shows coming up on Netflix. As far as new shows coming up on Netflix as well, they also had I believe they had the director for the new Thor movie there. He showed a clip of supposedly what was going on, what Thor was doing during the whole Civil War thing. Plus, on top of that, he released pictures of the outfits, the costumes used in the new Thor movie, the cast for the new Guardians of the Galaxy was there. They were talking about the new movie coming out, how excited they are. They showed a few clips, of course. Those clips are not online because you're not allowed to videotape during those panels, whatever. So, I mean, that was pretty much it. Marvel, like I said, released trailers for new seasons and new shows coming out on Netflix. WB, Warner Brothers, they released trailers for the new Harry Potter movie. It's not called Harry Potter, but it's Wild Beast and Where You Can Find Them, or some shit like that. Shit, I can't think of the title. If you're a big Harry Potter fan, you know the title, and you're like, it's fucking blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get it. I'm sorry. The trailer, though, looks really fucking good. The trailer looks pretty fucking good. I'm actually kind of excited about seeing this one. And I was excited about the other ones, too. And then Kong Skull Island trailer was released. I really couldn't. I remembered hearing about it, but I really couldn't remember why. I was like, oh man, I can't wait till they release the trailer because I want to see it. I couldn't remember why. And so I'm watching this trailer, and I'm watching, and Samuel L. Jackson pops up, and I'm like, oh, maybe it was Samuel L. Jackson. Maybe that's why I was excited about, the concept, and then him on it. I was like, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I was excited. And then as they're riding in a helicopter, they show John Goodman. I was like, maybe that's why I was excited. I was like, why the fuck was I so concerned about this fucking movie? Besides it being King Kong and supposedly the same guy, not supposedly, but the same guy who directed this movie also directed Godzilla, and it's supposed to link up, like, at the end, kind of, I guess. They're supposed to hint or link up towards a Kong vs. Godzilla movie coming out. So I thought, well, maybe that's what I was excited about. I really could not remember what the fuck I was so excited about this movie for. And I was, I watched the whole trailer and everything, and just cool, it looks just like Godzilla. If you've seen this last Godzilla movie that just came out, it looks, the filming style looks all the same. It's gonna be fucking amazing, of course. So yeah, and then I'm talking with people about it, and they're like, oh yeah, fucking Tom Hiddleston, fucking, yeah, whatever. And I was like, Holy fucking shit, I completely forgot about him. Because I remember hearing about him, but the only reason I totally put him out of my head